Hello, hello, and welcome everyone. Who is our one viewer today? Who is on? Oi, oi, the Essex Hobbyist. How you doing, mate? We're just waiting for Gus. He just sped off to his house. He forgot his microphone, and he's just pulled up outside right now. The House of GG is very good. Thank you, the Essex Hobbyist. How are you? Oh, you already said that you're surviving, but that's good.
different categories depending on...
Hello, hello!
Hello!
Hi everyone, how are we doing today? How are you all? We've got quite a bit on today. The show notes are chock-a-block. It's going to be a nice podcast, I think. And if anyone's actually had a look at the show notes today on Discord, I'll put the Discord link up there in the chat. I'll put it again because obviously some people might have arrived after we put it up there. There is the Discord link for anyone. Please come along and have a join. Go down to the podcast section, click on show notes, and you'll see everything that we're talking about today. And you can put your listener questions into the listener questions channel. And if you have any ideas about what you want future podcast shows to be like, just put it in the show ideas. Or if you want us to cover anything in particular, or speak to someone, or anything like that, you can just put it all in there. Okay, guys? So, right. Let's start the introductions. Give me 1 second. I just clicked off of something. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am Brendan Mills from Griffin Gaming, and you... let's start that once more. Take 2. Right. Good morning, everyone. I am Brendan Mills, your host for today's podcast, and I am joined with the very nice Gus the Hutt, also known as...
Hagrid's less attractive cousin.
Okay. Yes. That was awesome. I like that one. Yeah. Okay. Right. We've got quite a bit on for today. What are we going to call the show? Ooh, sneak peek. There you go. Sneak peek. Because there's a bit there's a bit of a sneak peek that was being revealed from Games Workshop this week, and I've got a sneak peek. If anyone's actually looked through the show notes, you'll see there's something quite big there. The thing I said that was coming in July is in the show notes, everyone. So make sure you get that. Right, let's just quickly go through what we're going to do. Talk about talking points today. Dominion Day is what they called it, Dominion Day. Preview of new minis. They went through, and new battle tomes. What's next on the talking points? Oh, summer sale. I don't know what that possibly could be. Ooh, yes.
More reasons for me to have even less money than I have.
Yeah. Right, so and then we're going to go on to doing an interview with Gus. Why not? He's here, he talks to us all the time, but let's actually get some questions over to Gus and get his point of view. How's it sound?
Yeah. I'm an open book. I wasn't given a choice. I was like, I'm answering questions. Yay!
Right, and then we'll do the Q&A as usual. Please, guys, seriously, get some questions in. Otherwise, I'll have to punish you. Maybe. Or we can, if you want to ask Paige any questions, I'll force her to come over and speak on the thing. And if anyone notices, a certain person has just joined the Discord. If you go to the system messages, you'll be able to see it.
Who could that be?
Yeah, I wonder who that could be. Right. Don't worry, guys in chat. You didn't lose audio. We both went on mute for a moment just so we could talk to each other without you guys actually hearing.
Nice.
Okay. The OGN 4321, thank you very much for the follow. And that will be the last follow that we call out on this podcast. As per usual, the podcast rules are we are here for the podcast. We appreciate the viewers and the chat and the follows and the subscriptions, but because we are doing this for the podcast, we can't always call out and thank everyone for the follows and subscriptions. We will try for subscriptions. But
as much as we love you all.
Yes, if my chat could please... can you talk again, please, Gus?
Yes, okay, I can.
Cool. Yeah, as much as we we will interact. But if any of my chat could please say thank you and hello to new people for me and big up all the hype when it happens, that would be absolutely fantastic. So, with no further ado, let's get right into it. On the show notes, we are starting with Dominion Day preview of new minis. Right, the first model, if anyone's seen this model, is epic. Like, the Thunderstrike stuff is... If you've seen the model, it's the Lord Commander Bastian Carthelius.
Oh, this guy looks so good, so good.
Like, it is proper epic. Like, I thought that my flag bearer was going to look good, right? But I am almost dreading trying to make this guy look good because I just feel like I'm not going to be able to do him justice. It does look epic. I mean, do you have anything more to say?
Sounds like somebody needs to save up another 50,000 points on my channel.
Ooh, oh, do you think you could do a really good job at that one then? Have you got some ideas about what you would do on it? Would you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah? Oh, we saw... did you watch the preview?
I didn't actually catch it.
So I skimmed through it this morning. Quite literally was just tapping to get through every 10 seconds until we got to the beef of it. But there was what they showed the hobbies, the people that are painting it. And bear in mind, most of the people I'd only received Dominion in the morning, and they were showing this in the afternoon.
I know.
Wasn't it? Was the preview on the Saturday or was it on the Sunday?
It was on Saturday, yeah.
Okay, so... yeah, sorry.
It was literally just after we'd finished playing our game. So
Right,
it was
okay,
about
yeah.
like a couple of hours afterwards.
Yeah, that's right. And there was so many really good painted miniatures. I was just like, how are people that good? And there was one where it was black armor with gold flare. So in other words, like the pad was armor, but the bit that goes across the top was gold. And it had a white, almost like a white glowing edge highlight to it. And it was so sleek, so smooth. It looked epic, and I think it's about the 1 hour 10-minute mark on the stream. But yeah, definitely recommend going to look at that because it was epic. So, and it's just looking at loads of different things that I think that can be done on the different Age of Sigmar. So I mean,
going back to this Lord Commander model just briefly. There's a tiny quirk of this model that doesn't happen in a lot of models, which I really like. It has head options, and there's usually one option, maybe two, that are usually a standout as that's the one that most people's going to use. The two different head options, helmet on and helmet off, they both look amazing. And there's going to be a fairly even split, I think, of when you see people start building this model as to which head they use. Because, yeah, it literally, both of them are just awesome looking models, and it's going to be a real head scratcher for a lot of people going, which one do I use?
Yeah, that's it. I do love those different head options, and to be honest, on a lot of the minis we're going to talk about in a moment, they've actually given quite a few different options, which is pretty cool. Gus, do you want to quickly talk about the next one on the show notes? I just want to ask Discord something if people go to the Discord.
What was the next point? I don't have the show notes up.
One moment. I'm just going to ask... okay, I'll just say it out loud then. We're going to have both our microphones on for the next 5 minutes. Let us know if you hear a echo during it, and we'll just turn off one of the microphones. Okay, guys? Right. So, yeah, the next unit is the Knights Relictor.
Right.
Its purpose, so basically the Lord Commander is basically the leader of the Hammers of Sigmar. So he leads all the people with the Thunderstrike armor and the hammers and stuff like that, basically. Well, no, actually, he's actually the main dude over every
he's
faction.
the main dude of a particular faction of Stormcast. So there's like different...
From what they described on their Warhammer community, he's the person that every single Stormcast faction answers to.
Oh, really? He's like the high one above them all?
He's the highest one below Sigmar.
Right.
So, yeah, he's the king, essentially, below the god.
Oh.
So yeah, we've got Knight's Reclaw that provides support with prayers to the God King Sigmar. So yeah, guessing almost like a preacher unit. You're a bit like that. Looks like a pretty decent miniature, pretty cool miniature. Right, you got anything to say about that? I mean, it looks decent enough. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's your pretty standard Stormcast priest with a mace.
Cool.
It's not really... there's only so many things that you can do to denote different places within the army, within the Stormcast, because they still all have to fit the same sort of Stormcast aesthetic. So there's not a huge amount of variation that you can do. Honestly, if you just covered him up from the waist up, it's just another Stormcast character. So honestly, if I was playing my first game of Age of Sigmar and somebody plonked down several different Stormcast characters on the table, I'd be sitting there going, which one was he again?
Right.
Yeah, remind me what that one was.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Right, next unit they revealed was the Vanquishers are clad in Thunderstrike armor and are armed with devastating celestial greatswords with that hit exceptionally hard, is basically what they've said. Now these do look pretty cool, basically just your foot soldiers but with extra armor and with a big sword, essentially.
Yeah, but once again, it's pretty standard Stormcast stuff, just big swords instead of big hammers.
Yeah.
I do like, however, the pose on that that trumpet blower. It's a bit more sort of normally you just kind of you have them stoic or they're standing blowing to the air. This one he's kind of striding forward. He's like looks like he's blowing it in somebody's face.
Yeah, he's on the march. He's on the charge. Whereas he's doing it.
Yeah, I do like it. It's a slight difference that I actually appreciate.
Any sound issues so far, guys? Right. Next unit is a ranged unit. It's the Vigilors. Vigilors. So this unit is designed to be used in the range section of your army, at the back of the army, behind your front foot soldiers. It's basically another unit to bolster and
it's kind of a halfway measure because they're obviously ranged because of the bows and whatnot, but they're also all prominently carrying melee weapons as well. So it's kind of a half and half type unit.
Okay.
It seems. So they're kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. They can do a bit of it all, but not necessarily brilliant at either one. A
bit Legolas with his bow, and then he gets his daggers out.
Yeah, more general purpose troops rather than specialists.
Okay, cool. Right, now this is something I found a bit unusual. They announced Annihilators. They're in the Dominion box. They're not new. They're new now. Like they're just recent.
It's new kit.
Yes, so we've already seen some of these incredible warriors in the Dominion box set, but this new kit features more options, including two-handed meteoritic grand hammers. I think that's meteoritic.
Yeah.
Meteoric.
Yeah, sounds right. Being hit by a rock from space on a stick.
Essentially, they're the same, but they'll have different poses possibly and different weapon options. And they will probably be not push to fit.
No, they won't.
Which a lot of people will like. So
there'll be multi-option.
All of these units that they're releasing now will not be push to fit. So that's a massive benefit, I suppose. So they are the same unit. It's just because I guess there's some things that can't be done as push to fit. They probably weren't included in, because if you think about it, for them to design in pegs and holes, there has to be some give and take with the sculpt. So
the take being usually lack of options and posability. That's your normal take from a push to fit model.
Well, obviously most of the items that are available in the Dominion box set will probably be released in the future as non-push to fit models, and obviously the Annihilator is the first one they wanted to do that with, essentially.
Yeah.
So that is the Stormcast side of the release at the weekend, and then you got on to the Swamp Boss Scumdrek. This looks epic.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Ooh, come on then.
Yeah.
Spill.
Once again, it harkens back to my "they're not my orcs" argument kind of thing. You see, orc, big beast, in your head, if you've been in the hobby for a while, you immediately think big squig. That's not what this is. This is a giant lizard monster thing that's never been associated with orcs before. It's nice. Once again, it's just too Lord of the Rings for me. Far too Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it is. That has got that element to it. It definitely looks like, is it the warriors from the east or something like that? Like, you know, the big elephants with all the stuff coming off the side, the harness, like that. It looks that-esque.
Yeah, very much so.
Like if the, I can't remember what the faction's called, but I'm just going to call them the warriors from the east. But basically, if it was them and the orcs had a baby. Basically.
Imagine the film Battle of Five Armies. If you plonked one of these down in the middle of that film, walking amongst the orc army, you would not think twice about it because it looks right at home.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I mean,
it's a nice model. It just belongs in a different setting.
It belongs in a different game.
Yeah.
Right. And something that I'm not sure that I like on such a big unit is they have made it the kit can be made alternately into another unit. Right, so that can also be made into Snatch Boss on Sludge Gurkha Beast.
Sludge Gurkha.
Sludge Gurkha Beast.
Yeah, Sludge Gurkha. Yeah.
So, one thing I don't on that, like I'm a newbie.
Sludge
guys.
Raker. Yeah.
There you go. I'm a newbie, guys. You guys know this. If it's a big unit like this, I'm guessing this is going to be like your Bellacore size unit. This is going to be your
it's going to be along similar sort of size to that.
Size
yes.
and money. I would say it would be probably about the same. But
I'm reckoning a little bit less, and here's for why.
Okay.
Characters like Bellacore, they're a single model normally.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There is only one Bellacore. People will only buy one Bellacore.
Right.
These are a sort of a mainstay sort of, for instance, like you said, from the Lord of the Rings with the big elephants. There was many of them in that battle.
Right, got you.
There were many of them. People will probably want more than one of these in their armies, and because of that, they'll probably lower the price point by about £10 to £15.
Oh, okay, got you.
Because they know they're going to sell multiple to single people, whereas their character models, they're only going to sell one to each person for the most part.
Okay, right, well that's fair enough then. Which then almost justifies the reason why they can make it into a alternate kit option as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You buy two of them, you can make two separate kits. Okay, that makes more sense now. It's just obviously if it was quite expensive, that's then if you wanted the other one as well, then that's quite a bit of money to pay out. But if it's not that expensive, then I suppose that's not too bad.
No, I mean it still will be. I mean, I'm expecting this around sort of the £65 to £70 mark thereabouts.
Right. What was Bellacore?
85-90 thereabouts.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm expecting that to be around the sort of £65-70 price mark thereabouts.
Okay, cool. Right. Next one is the Marsh Crawler Slogoth.
I really don't like this.
When your grots need to arrive in style.
Yeah, I really don't like this. It's everything about it is fine. It's just the beast underneath.
Right.
It just looks like a big goblin.
Yes, we said that.
It's just a big goblin.
I think we said that on Monday. Me and Paige, we were looking at it, and basically you've got your new orcs, which are basically the orcs out of Lord of the Rings, and now you've got the goblin out of the Lord of the Rings now as well.
Yeah,
and including some of the orcs on top look a bit goblinish now.
Yeah, even if they'd have changed the face to make it look more troll-like.
Yeah, but then. Trolls are in Lord of the Rings as well.
Yeah, but that would have made more sense. But this doesn't look like a troll; it just looks like a big goblin. And trolls exist in 40k. I mean, not in 40k, in the Warhammer universe, and they've been employed in roles like this in the past. and they missed a step by not doing that.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But do you not feel that the grots on top look goblin-esque more than orc on this occasion?
Yes.
So even the orcs don't look like orcs
No.
from the Dominion box,
Orcs should not have pointy chins.
or pointy nose.
You can get away with that to an extent, but it's the chin more
Yeah.
than anything that just says goblin.
Yeah. Right, moving on. Right, now this is something... So we've seen the Swamp Boss and the Marsh Crawler, 2 new units. The next ones, I don't see them as new units. 2 of the Crawl Boys units from the Dominion box set are also getting separate releases, and their kits include loads of assembly options and accessory. Forming the core of the Crawl Boys battle lines, the Guts Rippers have new weapon option to go with their vicious stickers. Yeah.
Yeah, stickers.
Stickers.
Yeah, it's orc speak. I mean, they're still doing orc. I'm going to hit him with my sticker.
Right.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
So, you had the Annihilators from the Stormcast Live. They've been released. Now, this is 2 new units. No, this is 2 units from the Dominion box that have been released. There's not push to fit on there. So...
multi-part kits.
Yeah.
They will have different weapon options than what they had.
What I'm trying to get at here, it looks like Stormcast yet again has been got, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4 new units before the before the Annihilators.
Yeah.
And we've only got 2 for the Orcs.
Once again, it's them leaning into, they want everyone to play Stormcast. They think Games Workshop thinks everyone should be playing Stormcast. So they're going to release the lion's share of stuff for Stormcast, because that's what they want. They're trying to push people to go, these are the poster boys, these are the ones that everybody should want. But they don't.
Nope.
Yeah, they're not Space Marines. Stop treating them like they are.
Yeah. Right. Alongside them are the Manskewer Bolt Boys with a new Bolt Boy boss option. Now, those little crossbows look pretty cool.
Yes. Yeah, I do like those, actually. They're actually... once again, it's the pointy chins. Take away the pointy chins. Give them the proper orc square jaw. They'd be perfect. I'd love these things.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Remember, guys, if you have just joined us, we are doing the podcast for our weekly show. This is primarily based upon, obviously, a podcast channel. Therefore, we do not respond to chat or new followers or subscriptions. We do try and call out subscriptions, but if I could please ask the rest of my chat to please say hello to new people and interact with them, that would be much appreciated.
Yeah. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, remember, if I'm going to put up...
And I am kind of looking at the chat, just seeing what people are saying. So
So I'm going to put a link here to the Discord if you are new. Please join the Discord, and down on the podcast section there is the listeners' questions.
Or even if you're not new, go and join
the
the Discord.
Yeah.
Actually.
But there's a lot of people here that might not be on the new Discord yet, and we'll talk about that in a second, actually.
Yeah.
So please put your listeners' questions in there, and there is a Q&A later on that you can see where we'll answer your questions. And also, there is the show notes, so you can have a look at everything we're talking about today and what we're going to be talking about. We'll go from there.
One extra thing I just want to point out about the new release article is the little paragraph at the bottom is like, Dominion, order now, still available.
Oh, I tell ya, they've still
that
on
just
their
makes me
homepage-
laugh a bit.
They've still on the homepage got the little almost button on it that says "selling fast."
Nice.
Like, come on, guys, just take it off. Just say we need to get rid of these. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, just to let you know, guys, I've had a bit of a rumor. They're not going to be releasing any of these new models until they shift their Dominion boxes. So,
No.
yeah, if anyone's looking out for getting the new Annihilators or the new Lord Commander, they're going to wait until their boxes sell before they launch them. They really are, guys. We've already been told it's not July, and it might not be August. So
They've got a lot of 40k releases coming up, and that's their main
yeah,
That's
but
their main
obviously
product, which they need to.
That's a different market for them. Is basically what they're looking at there.
But it's their biggest market,
Yeah.
and they need to focus on that a little bit more now.
Yeah.
So.
So before we go on to the next part of the show notes, we've got a new Discord. Now,
Well, he says we.
the GG.
He's left me.
GG have got a new Discord. From the beginning of me streaming, I basically, what's the word here? I was a parasite upon Gus the Hutt's Discord.
I'd say more symbiotic.
Yes,
It was a mutually beneficial relationship.
like the Dax in Star Trek. Yeah. So essentially, Gus run the Discord very well. It was very good. It helped me out a lot. I sent lots of people there during my streams and stuff like that. Why did I do my own?
You didn't tell me.
I literally, quite literally, was on the Discord app yesterday morning. I just saw this little plus button underneath where you have your servers, and just clicked it, and it went create a new server. I was like, I wonder actually how difficult it is, and that was basically it. There was no prior thoughts. There was no like thinking about how to build it, how to do it, what point to do it. I just was impulsive and clicked a button, and that was pretty much the entire process. That
Setting it up's the easy bit.
Yeah,
maintaining it is.
And it's got nothing to do with not wanting to be with Gus's Discord at all anymore or anything like that. But
He'll still be around.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're two avid streamers that love painting and love the game, and there is more than enough room for everyone. This is something I heard on Studio J7 stream the other day. He was saying how in the gaming side of Twitch, the online gaming, there is millions upon millions of viewers every day viewing those ones. And every single one of those online gamers are like, no, my viewers, don't take them, we're not going to share, like that. But on the creative side of it, the art, the miniature painting, the general painting, all this, the creative community side of Twitch is very much share the love. Let's dish it out. Let's raid everyone.
I think that's probably more to do with the sort of, because the gaming side is so big and people can get big and basically self-supporting on their own.
There's a lot of money in it.
Yeah, they don't want to share the wealth, whereas in the smaller side of things and that, we need to lean on each other. We need to...
But it might be a need, but at the same time, it might be a need, but at the same time, it's what every streamer that's on the creative side wants to do. We want to support each other. There is such a massive community out there, and I think that's absolutely amazing. Now,
that's just the creative attitude in general. People like to create, but they also like to be inspired as well.
Like, for instance, I've learned so much in my painting since I've started streaming myself and watching other streamers. So this Discord is basically, I've become to a certain size now where I need to have a bit more streamlined in the way that I approach things, and just this podcast alone is helping, like the show notes, listeners' questions, show ideas in one place. It's not I'm sure I could definitely have done it in Gus the Hutt's one, but there comes a point where you need to venture out on your own. But there is still a huge amount of collaboration here, guys. Really is. In fact, I've got a freebie for him to give away soon.
Ooh.
Paige, do you want to grab the big box behind you that's not the biggest box?
He likes to drop these things on me at the last second.
Well, that's what you like about me, isn't it? Go on, give it to him. Give it to him.
Oh, right. Ooh. This is for me, right? Right, see you later, guys. Ooh.
So, we recently received in a Knight Preceptor Canis Rex from GW that was slightly damaged on the box corner, which has no effect for the actual models inside, but we can't sell it online. That's my philosophy. I do not sell damaged boxes. We give them away for free. So, as part of the ongoing collaboration, there you go, Gus, you have a giveaway.
Awesome.
Right, so that's the reason for the new Discord, guys. It's basically, it was time, and I just didn't even think about it, I just did it.
Rapidly approaching 400 followers on my channel, so
Yeah, I'm
probably give that
about
away.
350, something like that.
Yeah. I'm about 330 something, so we're pretty neck and neck.
I'm at 346, and I think I've been 350 exactly. I've had 4 during this stream, and
350.
350. And I'm struggling actually. I've been over 300 now for about a month and a half.
You find when your initial surge is quite meteoric, and then it sort of plateaus for a bit.
Yeah. But I'm not one of these people who goes, oh, why ain't I got no followers? Where's my subscribers? But no.
Admittedly, we're still small potatoes, and we've not been doing it very long as well. So that many in this short space of time, that's more than a lot of people manage.
I mean, you look at Studio J7, he just made Partner with it last month, I think it was. He only been streaming. No, he's actually been on the platform like a long time, hasn't he? But Nell,
and he does the hobby full time as his career.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he's a full time.
Commission painter.
He's full time commission painter.
Right.
He does the hobby as his full time job.
And Nalindi, or Nell, she's
great.
Has been going on now for 4 years, I think, something like
that.
She was one of the original people to play Stream Raiders in the creative
really?
side.
Yeah.
And
I mean, she's got her own convention and everything.
Yeah, so we're going to have ours.
Yeah, we will.
And, well, yeah. So basically, she's not made Partner yet, but she's massive. Like, there's such a massive following behind her. I do think that Twitch need to tweak the algorithm for the creative community because it's built for the people who are getting like tens of thousands of viewers on gaming.
I think Nell's biggest hurdle is the fact that she's very much a sort of she's a daytime streamer, so she can't. Although she holds decent numbers a lot of the time, she can't hold it above the 75 for the amount of time that she streams at the times that she streams.
The issue there.
Which is a shame because she's brilliant.
Yeah,
she's one of my favourite people to raid.
And I would love for her to get Partner. It would just give her so much more support from the channel, and that is her full-time job.
Yes,
Her full-time job isn't commission painting. Her full-time job is streaming.
Yeah.
So
streamer / housewife.
And looking after, I think it is 4 or 5 kids.
Because she always ends her stream so that she can go and do the school run. So
it's awesome. Right.
Yeah.
Moving on. Right. Or should we skip over the next point on the show notes?
Yeah.
Oh no, we haven't talked about the battle tomes.
No. Well, there's not really a lot to talk about.
Tomes, there you go.
Yeah. Stormcast
and
Oryx. But it looks like it's going to include classic orcs and the new orcs. All in the one book.
Orc War Clan.
Yeah. So
it's all orcs.
Yeah. And even on the front cover, they have a standard orc in the background and one of the new Crawl Boys in the foreground, even on the artwork. So
yeah. So next, we don't need to mention the next section. So interview with okay, right, guys. One of the things that was going to help with allowing us to do a bigger So how do I say this? We have a summer sale coming up. Paige, when is the summer sale starting?
17th.
The 17th of July. For 2 weeks, we are going to have a summer sale on up to 30% off, I believe it is. Or basically, what we're doing is we're increasing our normal discount by 10% on up to or just over 800 products. So majority of those products will be paints, guys, so don't think there's loads and loads of boxes that are being discounted, but we have got advertising on my podcast. Hey, are you Gus?
No. No. Don't mind me.
Just eating some Lindor there.
Paige is feeding me chocolate.
Right, so we've got the sale. We've got a sale coming up, guys. Basically, the way it's going to work, we've selected...
Hashtag pay rise for Paige.
I didn't hear. No. Okay, right. No, all right. I'm sorry. I'm hearing. No. Okay. Right. So we've got we've selected 800 products that we want to include in our sale, and there will be a few other select items that we choose on top of what we've already chosen. But essentially, all of those products will be discounted an additional 10% on top of the normal discount we already offer them. And what was that actually leads us to actually make a loss. Those items that get discounted that much make us a loss, and that was the reason why we didn't want to discount on Dominion, because the profits of that we're going to fund the sale, the majority of the sale for the summer sale, to give everyone more options across the board. Dominion didn't go so well, but we haven't decided to lower the product count discount or anything like that for the summer sale, because we've been preparing it for so long, but we'll just take the hit and we'll see where it lands. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. We're going to... by the way, only you guys on the podcast are going to hear about this until we do the social media launch of the sale, which will be notified at the weekend, and then the 17th when the sale starts. But basically, you're hearing it here first because your podcast and you're the live viewers, you get to hear it first, and that's why. But yeah, I think that's going to be absolutely awesome. I mean, if you want, I can tell you what some of the items we're going to be discounting will be.
I mean, do you remember any of them?
I'm sure inquiring minds wish to know.
Most of the Crisis Marvel Protocol, most of Star Wars X-Wing, most of Star Wars Legion. It will have at least half of the Vallejo paints on there. A good portion of Citadel paints will be on there. Army Painter is going to be discounted as well.
Time for me to stock up.
Yeah. So there'll be an additional 10% off of what we already order. There is also going to be roughly about 300 boxes from GW, Age of Sigmar /40k / all the other box sets. Gus, the cable. That will be included in those lines, and then I'm going to select a few items on top that are popular items to also be discounted, so it should be quite good for everyone. Now, the caveat for what is on sale is boxes that have not sold. Yeah. So but like I said, I'm going to be putting some other items on that sale as well. And on the website, there will be a section that says summer sale. You'll be able to click on it and you'll be able to see everything that's in the summer sale in one place.
Have you sold your Blackstone Fortress?
Yes.
Oh.
We've got an order coming in today, actually. I think I put 2 Blackstone Fortress on there, but that won't be on the summer sale. We sell Blackstone Fortress out every single time it comes in. Yes, Paige.
Can I have a moment?
Can you have a moment?
Ooh.
What would you like to say?
Nothing to anyone else.
Okay, right. I'll hand you over to Gus. He can talk about anything that interests him, what he's painting lately, what he's doing, what he's going to be doing, and then we'll be right back.
I'm actually very interested to talk about the upcoming reveal that's coming this Saturday, actually. I was wondering what people's hopes for it are. Now, they've said that this coming Saturday, 6 o'clock, they're going to do a new reveal for 40k, and it is going to include lots of orc stuff. Pretty standard. We pretty much already knew that, but they said in the last reveal that there's a whole load of new orc stuff to be revealed. But a lot of people have noticed on the header, the banner for the advertising the stream, there is a kind of greyed out image in the background of a Death Court of Krieg soldier. Now, this actually ties up with a rumour that I was provided. I actually said to everybody else a while back that there is going to be a new Kill Team box with plastic orcs and Death Corps in them. That's exciting. Very exciting.
Right, guys, just before we start the new section, we're going to take a 30-second ad break, and we'll be right back.
If you
A 1 minute ad break. Sorry, guys. Be right back. Hello, everyone. We're back.
And we're back.
Thank you for watching that advert. If you were a follower, if you're a subscriber, you just watched a back soon thing for a minute.
Yeah.
But yes, we needed to move some items around the shop that couldn't be on camera. Right. So yeah, next section.
So yeah, we'll probably be talking about that 40k reveal in more in depth next week. So
When did they do the 40k reveal?
this coming Saturday, they haven't done it.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
So if you want, guys, I work in the shop on Saturdays, and quite often I'm on the Discord for chatting. So come on over and we'll have a chat on Saturday. It'll probably be on my Discord this time.
Everyone already hangs out in the chill out lounge of mine.
Yeah, I got a chill out lounge too.
Stop stealing my peeps.
No, we're supposed to share.
We already were sharing.
Right, so we're coming on to another meaty part of the podcast. Right, we've had Gus on here for a while, and we've never really asked him some direct questions. So here is our...
Nobody cares. No.
Nobody cares.
No.
Here is our interview with Gus. Right, so Gus... No, I'm not going to do that. Right, when did you start painting?
Painting, or I think my first models. I first got into the hobby back in like the late 80s. My actual uncle, my friend of my mother's husband. He was known as Uncle Rob. So
Right.
he came home one day and he said, "I've got this cool game. Want to play it?" I was probably about 8-9 years old at the time, and he plonked this thing down on the table called Hero Quest. And if people remember what that is,
Nope, don't remember it. Not one bit.
I'm a little bit older than Brendan, so
Yeah. I'm young, I'm a young sprite, me.
so we played this game. My uncle got really heavily into it, bought all the expansions for it, and it had all these like cool little playing pieces in it. And he then started buying paints for them, and I was like, what's he doing? Oh, he's painting his gaming pieces. 'Cause at that point, I played board games before. I'd never even thought about painting the playing pieces that you get with them. It's not like you can recolour your tiddlywinks. It's not something you really think to do. So, my dad saw how much I was enjoying playing it around his house, and they'd released the sci-fi version of it called Space Crusade. So my dad bought me that, and I started painting up some of the models from inside that, having a go. They were awful, absolutely awful. And yeah, that was where it all started.
Cool. So what made you start streaming, essentially? Had you been watching a bunch of streams?
I'd been watching. It was kind of a led to B, led to C kind of situation. I'd been watching lots of videos on like YouTube and like battle reports and painting tutorials, things like that. And I then saw people playing like video games and that, because I think it was like games like Resident Evil, that because I don't play video games and that much these days. But I remember playing them when I was younger, and it was like, oh, there's a new Resident Evil game out. it's been released on a console that I don't play, I don't own, so I'll never be able to play this. So I'll watch somebody else playing it on a YouTube video.
Right.
And then it kept coming up with all these notifications in the video. It's like, well, what's that all about? That's not normally on a YouTube video. Then I found out that it was a recording of a Twitch stream. And I was like, okay, Twitch is a thing. So I went over and I started watching some other people playing some different games. I was like, oh, there's people painting Warhammer models on here as well.
Cool.
So I then started watching them. I got chatting in various threads. This is all within like the last year or so from like lockdown and stuff, because I started watching people playing video games because I was in lockdown last year and I was bored.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, definitely.
So basically, that then led to me chatting to various people, and I came across one streamer called the 40k Epic Narrator.
Yeah, I've
I've
him a couple.
Yeah, I've raided him a few times and that, and I got quite friendly in his chat, and I was like, well, I'm thinking about maybe doing this streaming thing. I reckon I could do this, but I didn't have any decent equipment or anything, and he was just like, just do it. Yeah, your first streams will be rubbish, terrible, but just do it. So I downloaded a phone app. It was the Streamlabs phone app, and I started streaming just using my phone. I didn't have anything else at all.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Your face camera was actually just a still image.
Yeah, because the iPhone app can't do image in image.
Yeah, that's weird. Like the phone I've currently got in front of me, the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is actually the doing the camera to Gus here.
Social distancing, get your figure away.
It was actually, when it was debuted, I think it actually might have been the 11 that debuted it. It was supposed to be able to have the ability for apps to access all three cameras on the front and the front camera, and then display them simultaneously on the front. Now, if you gave that to a streamer, I mean, that's pretty much, at least for this purpose that we're doing right now, it would serve a massive purpose.
Apparently, it's some sort of data protection thing that means that it can't have multiple camera inputs running at the same time in an app or something.
Well,
I don't know. That's what I've heard.
It was Apple that wanted to do it, so
yeah.
I'm sure if they really wanted to get over it, they could.
Yeah.
Right, we've got a slight echo. I'm just going to take my microphone out and put it back in, and hopefully I'll sort it out. I'm good. Let us know if the echo disappears, please. Right, yeah, cool. So, before you became an affiliate, actually, how long did it take to become an affiliate? And how was your first month and before you became affiliate, and how long did it take you to become affiliate?
Right, so I started back in, I want to say sort of early to mid-March, and the path to affiliate for me was actually very quick. I think it took me like a week to actually get up to the
requirements.
Meet the requirements. But I was very lucky in that time. I spent like the first half of the week streaming to like 1 or 2 people, which actually really hindered me in getting my average up, or was it above? It's above 5 initially.
Right.
Yeah. So you only have to have an average of 5, but I was. Even on the streams where I was getting like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, I was still trying to creep back those early streams.
Yeah, and it also hurts you when you do those test streams.
Yes.
And there's no viewers on.
Yeah.
And your viewer count just like plummets.
I did a lot of those because I didn't know what I was doing. I had to test things out, and occasionally people would pop on and they'd help me out, going, yeah, that works. Camera's laggy. Change your settings of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, you end up doing a lot of that if you're literally just doing it on your own without any kind of tech knowledge at all. Because I'm very technologically inept for most things. But I got very lucky.
Yeah, you got there, didn't you?
Once again, somebody gave me a good bit of advice, was do your raids. Even if you've only got one person, it's just you raiding in on your own, do your raids. Raid bigger channels, they will help you out. And I think I actually raided the hobby room in my first week a couple of times, and Kerry was nice enough to literally just go, oh, you're a brand new streamer. Let's help him out, everyone. We've got like 50 people in here. If we all go and follow him, he gets his 50 follows.
Yeah.
And I did that a couple of times, and like that, I was there. My problem was at that point that I was still below the average views, and it was really hard to pull it up. And then, literally, I think it was towards the end of my first week, I came and spoke to you.
Yeah, that's right.
I'd come and spoke to you saying, I'm streaming, and you were like, what's that? So
Yeah, pretty much.
I invited you to come and look at my stream. And the first stream that you came along to, I got randomly picked by one of the larger...
Yeah, it was quite... You had like a raid of like 92 people.
That was 125.
Wow, yeah.
So 125 people raided into my channel from the Honest Wargamer, who'd randomly picked me out because he thought I looked cute.
Yeah, that's it. It was the picture of you sleeping.
Yeah.
That you've now changed.
I've now changed.
Which, to the pirate.
Sexy pirate, Gus.
Yeah. So, yeah, I remember you were broken. They broke you.
Oh, God, yes. I was not prepared to have 100 people in my chat.
They loved the fact that they broke you.
Yeah.
It was like, that's almost like what they were going for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. This is not a brag in disguise. This next question, this is for the viewers, because I know exactly what his setup is. But let us know what your setup is, please.
Yeah. Well, in fact, you'd probably be better answering this question than me, because it's the little box thing, and I've got this thing that dangles above me on a army thing.
Okay, right. So I'll do it.
Like I said, very technologically inept over here.
Part of the sponsorship, not agreement, but mutually beneficial collaboration that we have with each other is I basically provide him with all his equipment that he needed. And I provide him with giveaway stuff.
Well, most of my new equipment. We'll get onto that in a bit.
And provide him with giveaways and other support he might need. Essentially, he got an Elgato Wave 1. Very nice microphone, by the way. He got a couple boom arms. There was a Mac Mini I outfitted him with. A display.
Couple of cameras.
One of them was pants.
One of them was rubbish.
Like, it was really bad.
It gets really good reviews, though.
No,
but
I connected it to this, and it just destroys the entire stream.
Yeah, it's too powerful for...
No, I don't think it's that.
It eats your CPU.
Yeah.
It eats your CPU, and the autofocus on it is horrible.
That was the Razer camera with the ring light built in. Yeah. Don't go for it, guys. C920 from Logitech.
Yes,
really nice camera.
That's been good.
I use that as my model camera now on my painting streams.
Yeah, that's my face cam, so...
I am hopefully going to get a mirrorless camera soon. But sadly, mirrorless cameras are really expensive, and I don't know if I can actually give Gus one.
No. Well, you say give. You haven't given me. It's all extended loans.
Yes, extended loan.
I don't actually own any of my own equipment.
So, that is basically Gus's setup, and he's got some news about Morse out.
Oh, no,
hold on a second. No.
Yeah, we'll get onto that.
That's the last question.
Yeah, we'll get onto
that. So what has your biggest learning curve been?
Biggest learning curve?
Is it just the tech stuff?
Yes, but I'm very much I'm a visual learner. So if I need to know how to do something, I can just, as long as there's like a YouTube step-by-step walkthrough, I can go, okay, this is how this works. I know how to do that now. I'm fairly good at learning things that I need to know.
Yeah, that's cool.
So it's not really been a huge learning curve.
There's a lot of support out there, isn't there?
Most of the stuff I don't know is because I haven't needed to know it yet. So.
And then there's that aspect of you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah. The biggest learning curve for streaming that I've had is learning to engage with people more. I'm very much a social introvert for the most part when I'm actually being personable with people, especially people I don't know.
And I bet you've loved the last year.
Yeah, it's been great for me actually. Yeah, I haven't had to deal with people at all.
People.
I work in
So
hospitality.
are
as
you
well,
talking about when you go on a raid and you need to be the social interaction that comes along with what the receiver of the raid expects from you, because they always ask you the questions and they always expect a degree of interaction.
So, see, no, that's actually easier for me. See, socially, I'm very reactive.
Right.
If people come and ask me things, I can happily answer them.
Like this.
If somebody else is striking up a conversation with me, I will back and forth. I will join in with that conversation.
But you trying to start the conversation.
Yeah,
Right.
me approaching people and going, "Hi, how you doing? How's the weather?"
Small talk, essentially.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. I'm not good at striking up conversation and with streaming, because it's a very one-sided thing with the talking. I find,
right, yeah.
and if the chat's not talking and I've got nothing to react to, I find it very hard to then engage. I actually want my chat to be
Start talking.
start
asking
talking, have
questions.
conversations.
Just about random stuff.
Yeah,
Like tea and biscuits.
Yeah. I mean, some of my best streams I've had where I've got very little painting done because I'm just interacting with the chat and it's a back and forth. And
Isn't it funny how the viewers actually love those ones?
yeah. Because the end of the day, they're there to be entertained. They want to be acknowledged. They're people in. I mean, we're ignoring them today, but
Yeah, this is a podcast. Sadly, we don't.
yeah.
look at chat. One thing that Nell has said on her stream many a times is this is a just chatting stream with a little bit of painting,
Yeah.
essentially. And because she actually has a redeem which says "Shut up and paint, Nell."
Yeah.
so if you get enough, I think it's only actually 5,000 points.
It's like
not
5,000
even-
points,
It's not
yeah.
even that high. And then when she started painting, I think it was yesterday, I said, Nell, can we have a redeem that says "Stop painting and talk"? So that when someone redeems the thing, we
In
can
all
get
fairness, if anybody's ever been on Lindy's streams and that's really not required. she is wonderful. Literally, if you want to go into a stream and feel like
Oh yeah,
your comment is definitely being read, she reads every comment.
yeah, and she really does it in a good
Yeah.
way. And if you are a streamer, if you are a player of the game that's never played it, if you are a retailer of the game like me, she puts so much support towards everyone. She's
does.
got
She does.
literally I don't think there's a single bad bone, nobody.
No, she's got time for everyone.
Yeah.
She's still trying to convince me to get my Instagram up and running.
Yeah. Right. What has been your best stream that you've done, or the best raid that has come in that you remember?
Right, so I can actually break those down into
Well, I think we know what your best raid was.
Yes.
I think we've gone on that.
100%. Yeah, we've already covered. Yeah, the time that like I said, it was the stream that got me to affiliate.
Yeah.
Because I needed that average viewers, and having 125 people
just
suddenly
smashed it out
in the
of the park.
stream, and all of a sudden I was like, I mean, it didn't jump up a lot, but it had gone
Jumped
from
up
like
enough.
4.5 up to like 17 on
Yeah.
average, just from that one stream.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as regulars to my channel know, I have a bad dad joke redemption.
Yeah.
Which at the time, I was basically every day on stream in that first week, I was adding something new to the channel. And I was basically saying, all right, I can add this, I can add this. Oh, but I can put this on that the chat can interact with. I didn't know about channel point redemption cooldowns at that point. So everybody that came in, the thing is, I think I went from like 50 followers, because I'd already gotten up to the 50 followers from like the hobby room. That one stream doubled my follower count,
That's cool.
and everybody that followed got 300 channel points,
Which was enough to.
which was enough to redeem a bad dad joke.
Yeah.
And literally, I just had to go through half my joke book in the space of like a minute. I couldn't keep up with the chat.
That was nuts.
It
really
was brilliant.
So that's your best stream, or is that just your best raid?
Well, if you'd have asked me up to like a few days ago, yes, I would have said that was my best
Well,
stream.
what happened? Was I not there?
Yeah, yesterday.
I wasn't there.
Yesterday
All right.
was my best stream, and dear God, all of you guys that were there,
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I've heard about this. All
I
right.
the amount of support
Okay,
that I've been
we can link.
receiving.
Yeah, we'll talk about this, and we can.
Yeah.
We'll scrap the last question. And
Yeah,
we'll
because this
talk
leads
about
straight into that. Yeah, the amount of support that I've received has just been amazingly brilliant. I never thought that people love me that much. But so basically, what happened was a few weeks ago, I was actually in the Discord chat, and I leaned back on my chair, and there was a crunch noise, and I was like, oh dear, my chair's broke. It was, I mean, I've been using a crappy old 10-year-old like IKEA office chair.
Right, yeah.
It was like 20 quid. It's not the most comfy thing in the world, and sitting for long periods of time in that, I can't do more than like 2-3 hours on stream in that before I'd like, no, I've got to get up now, move around a bit. So I figured I would need a decent chair now. I needed a new chair. So I put up a donation goal in the channel. I don't like asking people for things. At the end of the day, I've always said that the people watching my channel, they're not there for me, I'm there for them. And that's the way I want it to be. But people that do give to me, I try to give back as much as I can, like doing giveaways and stuff like that. So anybody that like subscribes to me, gives bits and that, I try to make it worth their while to do so.
Yeah. Please check out Gus the Hut's channel if you are in the viewership. If you are listening on podcast, please go search Twitch for Gus the Hut.
Yeah. So I've been following Joy of Painting Minis.
Yeah, Joy, Fred, he's awesome.
Yeah, he is awesome, and I was one of the first people to ever watch him.
Oh, okay.
Because he started.
Yeah, I'm an OG as well. I'm an OG viewer.
Yeah, he started about the week. His first stream was like a day after my first stream.
Oh, okay.
And I was his first follower.
That's cool.
I was the first, because I literally woke up one morning, he was streaming, I was like, oh, he looks fun. Joy Painting Minis. I love Bob Ross. So I love watching Bob Ross. And he had a very sort of Bob Ross-esque vibe to him.
I didn't know about Bob Ross before Joy of Painting Minis.
All the looks from everyone in the shop.
I said that so quietly. How did they hear? They're like 5 meters away. Yeah, I didn't know about Bob Ross before I started watching Joy.
Yeah, but anyway, I was his first follower. When he became affiliate, I was the first person to subscribe to his channel. I've resubbed every time.
Number 3.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And I gift subs in his chat all the time.
Same.
And I'm just sorry that I can't ever raid him because of the time that because he raids me all the time, because of the time that he streams. He streams at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
7 o'clock in the morning.
So in order to raid him, I'd have to be streaming from like midnight till.
Right, actually, you carry on.
Yeah,
we'll answer the question in a second.
So yeah, me and him have had a pretty good rapport going back and forth. And he raided me yesterday morning, and he immediately went, "Huh, your birthday's coming up, isn't it?" And he saw my redeem, my donate to Gus's new chair.
Right, yeah.
I mean, I was only looking for about 50, 60 quid. I wanted something half decent, but I didn't want.
It was $100 goal.
It was $100.
For some reason, Streamlabs is weird with.
Yeah, it automatically puts it in dollars. So
Yeah.
I was only looking for about 50, 60, 70 quid thereabouts.
Yeah.
Nothing extravagant. He comes in yesterday morning, sees that, and drops £150 on me.
Was that what, $200 worth?
Yeah, it's about $200.
Wow.
And then other people in the chat start going, "Oh, well,
Here's some more money.
If we add some more, Gus can get an even better chair." So it's like, Oh my god.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I was not expecting any of that. And it's like, you guys have just bought me a £200 gaming chair.
Yeah.
And I could not believe it. Why people would want to spend their money on me is just beyond.
Yeah, that is an incredible feeling.
Yeah. And I don't feel I deserve it, but the people in my chat, they're just amazing. They're brilliant. Yeah, I have the best fans ever. We have the best fans ever.
Sex says, and I'm just going to read this out purely because I just saw it, but Sex says, honest advice, get a decent office chair rather than a gaming chair.
Already ordered it.
Too late. Yes, so...
I needed the extra padding for my white ass.
Yeah. Right, so... what, if anything, would you do differently? If you could redo it?
Honestly, I put this to everybody. I try to never have regrets about anything, because the way I see it, if you could go back and change things that you've done, there's no way of knowing that you'd actually be better off now.
And you don't know if you'd be happy about the change.
I'm happy where I am now.
That's cool.
I'm happy where I am now. So to say that I regret anything that I've done, even things that went badly, those things have led me to here now.
That's cool. That's a good way of looking at it, yeah.
So,
yeah, I like that. You know the thing I was about to come on to and say? Completely forgotten what it was.
Nice.
So, yeah. Right, what we'll do, guys, if you have been listening on the podcast live, and if you have been putting your questions into the listeners' question sections on the Discord, we'll go through them now and read a few of them out. If you haven't had a chance to do it, and you're not on Discord, we can read out from the chat, just in in capital letters, put the word question, and then write what you want to ask, and they will read it out. And right, let's go. Oh, we've got a couple in here. What I'll do is I'll get... Right, so the first question, what made you bite the bullet and set up a standalone GG Discord server? Sadly, already answered that in the beginning of the podcast. If you missed it, please listen to the podcast and you'll be able to find out. Right, so a Small Town Geek has asked, has Paige succumbed to buying, building and painting the plastic yet? I don't really want to say that on... I don't want to say the actual word that you used on podcast. And if not, any tips on how to resist buying more?
I believe she does
paint. She does start. She has started painting. She has got, but she only likes to paint character models. So she doesn't build an army. She doesn't do anything like that. So
she got some orcs, didn't she?
She'll build items that look awesome, essentially, and then paint them as best she can. That is basically what Paige.
We're talking about, yeah.
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 Yeah. So, has Paige succumbed to buying, building, and painting?
In fact, she's probably the best person to answer this question.
Right. So this is a question to you. So, has Paige succumbed to buying, building, and painting plastic yet? And if not, any tips on how to resist buying more? Because obviously you're not buying them if you're not doing it. Essentially, you have to come over here. So you're not on it. You just hold it in front of you.
I can't get out.
She's coming over. Yeah.
Look at that. I got that.
Yeah, that's enough distance. You can be on camera if you want.
I don't know where is it? Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
Hello. I'm painting the Chaos. Is it Chaos Possessed? You know, like the demons have got like wings.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I'm painting them at the moment, but I haven't painted it in ages. I couldn't be bothered. You just get stuck. I just haven't done... I've done the wings, and I think to do the body, I haven't got the enthusiasm to actually complete it yet.
Is it a case of you don't know what to paint it as, or have you got an idea?
Well, because I've done the colour scheme for the wings, I've done it really well, and I'm scared of doing the body because I don't want to actually mess it up, because then I just won't paint it all.
Right, okay. That's fine.
Like, it needs to be perfect, or it really bothers me.
I've learnt this through the streams, but you can actually strip the paint off really easily if you
but
make
we
a
tried
mistake.
doing it with the.
No, we did it wrong when we did it
Yeah,
before.
because you like really. Is
Yeah,
it the one over
we
there?
did
Shall I
it with-
show it?
We
Right,
did it.
hold
No,
that.
no, guys. Our first ever stripping before we actually knew how to do it. We used acetone, and it melted the plastic.
Oh dear.
It went really badly. I'm gonna put it up there.
A bit too close. Here, give it.
I'm trying to.
There you
Oh
go.
wait,
There you go.
I got it. It's like. Yeah, shall I?
It's like it's been
It kind of
Nurgle-fied.
looks cool, but
It's like
just,
it's been Nurgle-fied. But
I
essentially,
kind of like it, but it's just you can see the sort of melted bits of it, and it's sort of become.
yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially,
I've seen worse.
We used acetone instead of, but isopropanol strips it off and leaves the plastic intact. So if you ever make a mistake,
Do
we've
that.
got loads of it here, and you can just use the isopropanol. So don't be afraid. Okay, so what stops you buying more plastic? Because that's what they want to know.
Because I don't paint enough of it.
So she quite literally doesn't do enough of it to justify painting. There you
I
go.
only paint on the weekends, but you just need to be in the mood to actually paint.
So are you saying that you don't buy more models because you haven't painted the ones you have?
Yeah, because I'm really anal about having a load of them. Like I like buying one and then doing another
Chat,
one.
I don't understand.
She's really a certain word. Yeah.
Oh, did I say a bad word?
You
No
said about-
comprende.
She apologises. Sorry if you are a minor listening to this on Apple Podcasts. Sorry, Apple.
I didn't
Right.
say anything.
Right. Yeah. So basically, that
We can bleep that in the edit.
is the answer to Paige's
That
question.
didn't happen.
Actually, I could actually in post production I'll go through and bleep you out. Right. So if you answer Small Town Geek's last question on the thing, I need to read through the Black Sheep's big long question before I can put it on the thing. So I'm going to read it.
I
What are the requirements to become an affiliate on Twitch? They're very, very low. You need a total of 50 followers, which I know sounds a lot, but if you do it right, you can get those in pretty short order. That's usually the hardest hurdle that people have to get over. You have to maintain an average of 5 viewers per stream, and you have to stream for a total of 12 hours on 7 different days over the course of a month. So just doing 12 hours over the course of the month on 7 different days, 5 average viewers and 50 followers. It's easy. Absolutely
Yeah,
easy.
It is quite good. It's the
Partner. Partner is the hard one.
That is, it can. If you're in the creative community, it's going to take you years.
Yeah. I mean, well, the thing, most of the requirements for partner are actually really easy as well.
Apart from the average.
It's the average viewers that you have to maintain.
There's only 3 requirements.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. The average viewers, it goes up to 75,
Which doesn't include raids,
no.
or there's like 3 things it doesn't include. Essentially, the majority of the way that you get high viewership on your streams is it doesn't include.
It doesn't include raid, doesn't include host.
Basically, they want you to be a 75 viewer average organically.
Yeah, and you need to hold it
Yeah.
for a
30
while.
days. And then basically at the 30-day point, once you reached it and your average is over 75, that's when on their end, they begin their paperwork trail essentially. And that can take months before they actually invite you. And it's during that period of where they're actually waiting to invite you, you still need to maintain your 75. It's not like affiliate where the second you're over the top of it, they invite you. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but in the like achievements page where it shows you your path to affiliate, it was always delayed by like 2 streams. So I actually got my invite to affiliate before I actually saw that I actually gone over the amount. So it's it's not like that for partner.
Receiving the big donations as well from my chair yesterday, I actually unlocked a new achievement because of that as well.
Wow, that's awesome. There's no questions in the chat, so we'll go over to Black Sheep UK from the Discord.
Yeah, it's less of a question,
is-
more of a comment.
Yeah, more of a comment, but it's nice we can
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can,
We can
bounce
riff off
back
this.
on it. I like the look of the new factions, and like the way the new orcs look. I think they are pushing the Stormcast as they are the jack of all army and easy for new players to pick up. I think though these 2 armies as a limited box run set was a mistake, massive mistake. When there's a lot of fan favourite factions like Deepkin. Yes,
Yes, 100%.
100% agree with everything you've just said there.
Yeah. Before Age of Sigmar came along, every army box for Warhammer Fantasy had 2 different armies in it. There was no one army that carried across from one edition to the next. They needed to keep that tradition going.
They needed to keep it, but I think what they're trying to do is it's obviously over the last year there's been a lot more new people joining in on the Warhammer in general umbrella, and I think what they're trying to do is cash in on that, making it the Sigmarines side of the thing, and if they were able to, now the Space Marine side of Warhammer in the 40k, they've been going for like 30 plus years, and they've got their following. They've got their majority of their turnover is from Space Marines. Now, Age of Sigmar is relatively new. We're only just on 3rd edition, guys.
Yep.
So what I think they're going to try and do is they aren't expecting it to be the majority of their sales in year 1 of 3rd edition or year 2 or year 3. Basically, they're looking 5 to 10 years down the line, but they're pushing it now so that in 10 years' time, Stormcast is as big as Space Marines, and that's essentially what they're doing.
But it won't be. I can't see it.
Would people have said the same about Space Marines, though?
Yeah. Right.
No,
Ta-
yeah, I mean,
take
if they did say yeah, it is the gun. They said the same about Space Marines, then those people have been proven wrong.
But take away the connection to Warhammer. Take
Right.
away everything that makes a Space Marine 40k. Then just forget all of that, and then hear the word Space Marines.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. That conjures up an image in your head. Just the fact it has space in its name.
For instance, if I didn't know anything about, if I absolutely knew nothing about
Yeah.
Games Workshop or anything, and someone said to me Space Marine, I would have in my head a Starship Trooper, basically, from the film.
But Space Marines, it immediately conjures up guys with big guns fighting aliens. As soon as you say that, everybody knows Space Marine means that.
All right, yeah, that's cool. That's fair
You walk up to somebody and say Stormcast. It's like, what's that?
And then add the word Eternals on the end, and like, eh.
Yeah, it's like, what's that?
But then again, you could say
Yeah.
the same.
The name Space Marine sells itself, and it always has.
Okay, that's cool. But we're in agreement with your first comment. I completely agree. About the Death Corp of Craig, is it? There is a rumor that Forge World and are selling off all their current stock and not replacing a thing, as they are moving to making plastic models for the upcoming Old World. I'm reading out a comment here from Black Sheep UK. As with all rumours, take it with a pinch of salt.
Yeah, I mean, I
as
can't...
with this is not a rumour from us. This is a rumour from Black Sheep UK, so we've got absolutely no credibility to say yes or no here.
I mean, I can't see them dropping their entire catalogue of stuff to switch over to Old World. That would be a mistake for Forge World to do that. And at the moment, we don't even know if this new Old World game that's coming, which is a couple of years out yet, we don't know if that's going to be a main supported game by the main studio, or whether or not it will be mostly supported by Forge World. Now, it's the Forge World rules writing team that's working on it, but whether or not it's popular enough to then become a bit more mainstream, we won't know for a few years. So I don't think they've got any plans like that for the foreseeable future. The main reason they're dropping all their Death Corps of Krieg stuff is because they're bringing them out in plastic. The Death Corps are coming out in plastic. This is now all but confirmed, and we will find out what shape that takes this coming Saturday at 6 o'clock. So.
Okay, so last thing he says is it's also rumour GW are launching a Plastic Horse Heresy range.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they've done plastic Horus Heresy box sets in the past. There is a new rumoured one coming. I have heard from a reliable source that has confirmed to me that yes, that is a thing that is coming. There have been leaked photos floating around where how genuine they are. Nobody can say for definite at the moment, but all signs are pointing to yes, that's the thing that's happening.
Okay, cool. Right, we've got one last thing from Captain. Is that Brian Blood? Brian Blood, I think that is. Captain Brian Blood. It's more of a comment, but yeah, it's more of a comment. Basically, it's, letting us know their opinion. I think I would would have preferred to have Stormcast be something like Custodes are in 40k, a super elite force that's highly detailed and ornate, and not really a beginner army. To be honest, with the latest additions, yeah, I can see that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah, they should not be the poster boys because Warhammer Fantasy never really has had a poster boy army. They don't need one. Space Marines are the poster boys because everyone loves a Space Marine.
Yeah.
Games Workshop didn't make them into the poster boys. The fan base did. And now they're trying to force a poster boy onto the fan base. You can't do it that way. You've got to let people's money and
Speak
people.
for itself.
Yeah, you've got to let the fans dictate that. You can't dictate to them.
Right, I think that is our last viewer's question. I don't see anything in the chat, so what we are on to now on the next part of the show notes is the thank yous. Well, thank you very much for joining us today, guys. We will be doing a raid next, but what we'll just go on to first is this is a podcast, guys. If you have only just listened to half of this podcast or only just getting to us now, please go on to any of your podcasting apps. You will be able to find us. Just search for GG Shop Talk and you will be able to find us. So we are on Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Spotify, we're on Amazon Music, we're on TuneIn, we're on Audible, we're on Podbeam, Podcast Addict. We're all over this place, guys. Please follow us. Please listen to it. And you find out exclusive sneak peeks on the podcast that don't get announced for at least a few days. So there's always the benefit of that. Right, we're about to start a raid. So I will go over to my thing here and let's see who's on. Give me one moment, everyone. Right, who is on today? You know what? Let's go over to Nell because me and Nell have been in talks recently and there'll be another little thing coming up soon. So
yes, I heard about that. Yeah.
How have you heard? So I'm going to bring up Nell's stream on my computer.
She might have mentioned she'd been talking to you.
Okay.
Didn't say anything else,
What,
but
to yourself personally or to the whole chat?
the whole chat. She didn't say anything else,
betrayed.
but
No, it's absolutely fine. So
I didn't
I'm gonna
even know.
Right, Nell is an absolutely fantastic streamer. We've already spoken about her a few times on the stream. So guys, get your GGs ready. Let's destroy her defense. It'll be hard, but I believe in my 29 viewers. I think that's actually a record for today's podcast on live viewership. If you are a subscriber, you will be able to use all of the GG
They heard about the
emotes.
Gus the Hutt interview.
You'll be able to use all of the GG emotes that you have available to you. Put them into chat now. You should be able to copy them before you press the chat button, and then you'll be able to just put that instantly into the chat on Nell's channel. Thank you very much for joining us. I have been your host today, Brendan Mills, and you were joined with me today with my co-host, Gus the Hutt, also known as
Hagrid's less attractive cousin.
Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you another time.